Hello. Oh my God, it's later than I thought it was. Bu- 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 Okay. I still feel a little tired. I'm more refreshed than yesterday. Yesterday was wow. I luckily didn't take a nap. Like I really felt like I wanted to midday for some reason. I think maybe I'm now starting to believe that it's because of my light. Yeah, let me see if I turn it on. See, on. Any problem is if I turn it on when I'm like filming, it's gonna be like, yeah, I like to have it as bright as I can in here. It makes me feel more productive and like awake. But I have it off right now because my eyes are a little swollen. They feel a little sore. Didn't I wouldn't say I didn't get enough sleep. I got normal sleep, maybe like 7 hours, which is like normal for me. I like to get 8, but went to bed a little late yesterday, and then I woke up early today again for some reason. Only by like 10, 20 minutes, but excuse me. I wanted to say something. Well, I've said a lot already, random stuff. Oh, I wonder if you probably can't because the mic doesn't really pick up on other stuff, but I bought an ice maker, like an individual ice maker that's like running right now, and I hear it every like couple of minutes, like drop an ice, and I'm like really excited to use it, because I don't know if I mentioned, I probably did. Wow, my memory's bad. That I got rid of my fridge yesterday because it was broken. But okay, oh yes, but I didn't mention that well, I did. I said I was gonna look to buy a new one, but I couldn't find one that I can get delivered the next day. So I'm gonna be without a fridge for 3 more days. Yeah. So I bought a little cooler, like a little styrofoam cooler from the convenience store, and some ice for yesterday for some food that I had that I wanted to save because I just bought groceries like a few days ago, and I'm like, well, this feels a waste to like throw out. It was like chicken that I just cooked, which both the technician and my mom have advised me not to eat it because it could have absorbed the Freon chemical, which is toxic. But I've already eaten it before I knew that, and I was fine. It smells fine to me, so I'm not gonna waste it. I'm gonna continue to eat it for now, but I did throw out pretty much everything else, like all the vegetables and fruit and things like that, because that did smell weird, and chemically. Um, and also my agua de Jamaica, that smelled weird. Oh, hold on. I have to drink water. Is this recording? All right. Which I struggled to throw out the juice, but some of the food was out of like ice, like cold in general, for like a couple of hours until I got the motivation to actually go outside. So like he took the fridge around noon, and then I didn't go out to get ice until like 8 p.m. yesterday. So like 8 hours, like the food that I have right now did stay out. So I don't know if it's good. Oh, we have two full bags of like cheddar cheese for like quesadillas or whatever else that I use them for. One unopened that like I said, I just felt wasteful. I didn't want to do it. So I am hoping those are still good. Um, what was I getting at? Oh, my water de Jamaica. This water de Jamaica was out for like 8 hours without being refrigerated, and I did notice like a kind of it bubbling, which means it was getting I think fermented, and it did kind of start smelling weird and like tasting weird. And not I don't think from the chemicals. I think it's because I've experienced it before when I've left it like in the just in the fridge or for too long, more than like a week or like more than 2 weeks. It will start getting like fermented, and that's when I think that it's not good anymore or it's kombucha. I don't know. But I try not to risk it and not drink it. However, like I said, I struggled. I went back and forth. I'm like, I'm should be fine a few days without ice and without a fridge in general, but and like I said, for those 8 hours, I thought I would be. I thought I could hold out. But what I caved in is like at nighttime, like around 8 o'clock, around 6 to 7, 8 o'clock, I caved in because that's when my Ritalin starts wearing off and I start getting all these food cravings. And normally I have something like already in the house that I can like nibble on. So I always have like some kind of like chocolate bar or something, or my sugary drink. But I didn't have any of that. So I was like kind of like an addict, kind of like jittery. And I'm like, I need something. Like I was like, oh, I felt like I was going straight crazy. And I needed it so much to where I'm just like, I didn't care about going outside. Like it didn't matter to me anymore because my need for this fix was higher than my need to not see or talk to people. So I can hear I'm so excited. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So ice is another big issue. Like it's not even just like my finger hurts. It's not even just like the sugar that I'm addicted to. It's the ice. Like I was trying to drink my juice. Actually, look how flat and like, ew. It tastes different to me. I don't know. I can't describe it. I know it can't logically taste different, but to me it does. Some part of me, and this is actually the old Jamaica water that I made that I shouldn't be drinking. But like I said, I only got myself to throw it out this morning. The rest of it, this is the last cup that I have of the old batch. And I just made a new batch this morning, but it's still cooling down because I make it on my stove. Um, and so I'm waiting maybe like another hour or so to let it cool down, and then I'll add the ice, help it cool down faster. And yeah, I don't know if I'll keep the ice maker after I get my fridge, but I think I probably will, knowing myself and how addicted I am. And also, it's just so fast. It is kind of loud. I mean, I can't really hear it. It's not louder than my fridge when it was broken and was buzzing, but um, yeah, it's really fast. Like I turned it on. Also, I ordered it yesterday from Amazon. And then I got it this morning really fast, like faster than normal, which is great. And then yeah, I set it up. It was really quick. Well, not that quick. It could have been quicker, but yeah, anyways, it was really quick getting the ice. I think it was really only like 6, 7 minutes to get like I think it makes 6 or 8 little ice cubes, and it's been on for maybe an hour now, and I'm pretty sure it's been well, regularly producing ice, so I can't wait to like see how much is in there. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna go do that now. Like, I just can't. I can't wait. Hold on, hold on. This is crazy. Check on my baby. Oh, okay. I guess the only issue I'm seeing so far is that it doesn't like keep the ice melted. Excuse me. But it's something I saw with a lot of the different models that I was seeing when I was searching for one, is that they don't keep the ice melted, which is I feel like kind of weird, but I guess it's kind of understandable because it's like not a fridge. I don't know. But it has produced a good chunk, like a good two cups, I would say. Which is all I basically need. And down the road, I honestly I feel like I should have bought it sooner because I struggled so much with like my little two trays of like ice and like shoving them in the little tiny mini fridge freezer section, and it would take like a whole day for them to freeze, and it was just like a whole thing. I had to like keep doing that every day, and because I eat that much ice basically. Um, how long? I've been talking for like 10 minutes already, so and that wasn't what I wanted to say either. I got distracted, I think. What I wanted to do actually right before I started uh filming is I have such a muffin top today. Oh my God, was that it? I think it was not the muffin top. I think it was today's like Women's Day or something. There's like a march going down in the city, like the central stuff. There's like some kind of protest or something. I don't know. I I don't know. I feel like I should go as a self-proclaimed feminist, but uh, I just don't, I can't get the motivation to go outside and be in crowded places filled with women, especially. Well, not especially. It would be worse with men. But and it's kind of hot because it's sunny. It's very sunny. So I'd be like the weirder with like an umbrella out in the sun. And I would just be unpleasant the entire time. I'm not a fighter or arguer or like I just not my thing. Now I feel bad that I'm just like, well, if you call yourself a feminist but you don't even want to like support the cause in any way, like gross. So I just wanted to address that to myself. I think I'm shaking my table because of this. Uh, I think the only um support I'm going to be able to give today is I won't post anything on my socials besides this because I'm trying to make it a point to, post on live at least every day. But other than this, I'm not, I have a lot of ideas and a lot of stuff that I want to do and post like a lot of videos. I've been pretty good about being consistent about that. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, but let me see if I can talk about it while doing things. So first off, let me just say, okay, I bought these. I think it's, what is it, eucalyptus for my shower to make it smell nice and stuff, but I normally buy them for the flower market, which gives them like a huge bundle, and these are only like singular strands. And what I'm trying to get at is like, okay, so when I get them at the flower market, when they come in such big things, like they have like not hooks, but like the branches are like connected, so I could just always like hook him on over to my shower thingy. But these don't. So that's why I've have them like under there because I'm like, wait, so what am I gonna do with them? Don't really have anywhere else to put them. They still smell really good. My shower kind of feels naked without it. So I think I was going to use something of like ribbon. Let me see if I have. Let me get the other scissors. And if I tie them, see if this works. If I got enough and try uh, not to get any of the leaves out. How do we do this? So like, and then, oh my God. Oh, okay, so I think what I wanted if I'm remembering, what did I want to say? Do I put this in a bow? Maybe, because I don't want to do a knot in case I want to reuse this little tiny piece of ribbon. What I wanted to say is that when I started these lives, I didn't really know what their purpose would be, or uh no, I can't multitask. I can't think of two things at different times. So hold on, let me put this in my shower. Okay, so even though now doing these lives every day has become easier, actually, no, this is organic. Go in the organic trash. Oh my God. Okay, even though these have started to become easier for me to do, and I don't get as nervous or anxious about doing them, before I start, and they've definitely, I think, have been part of the reason why I've become more productive. Like I think they've definitely given me like a sense of routine. Like I said, I didn't want to feel, because I don't have a my 9 to 5 where I clock in every morning, to be like uh, let me feel or think that I can just not do anything. So I needed some kind of stability, like I said, to like this is my clock in, and after clocking in, I continue to work basically even after logging off. However, now that I'm gone into like a good routine, because like this is what my 26th or 25th day of vlogging. I've now started to feel like it's kind of getting in the way. Um, I don't want to stop, because I do really think it'd be really neat to just see the accumulated, lives of every day for at least the, 6 months that I gave myself. And then I don't know, figure out if I'll continue doing them after 6 months or after 5 months now, or a little bit less. But now I like, okay, so how do I explain? I'm not getting making any sense. Um, how do I explain? Okay, well, before I started this, I really wanted to start like stretching and, doing my morning warm-ups. But then I thought, well, I did that yesterday. What? And I, filmed it and I talked through it, but I don't want to do that again while, filming, because I feel like I don't know, I want to give some variety to the things that I'm filming. I want to do different things every time, if in case I do ever go back and actually see them and want to edit them out. Um, so what was I trying to say? Okay, so yeah, so now I feel like, okay, well then I have to push back my stretching, which is kind of bothering me, because like my hips are tight, and I did try to do like a little bit of stretching, like light, really quick, but I couldn't get on the floor because the floor is dirty. I can see like dust and stuff. So I wanted to sweep. So I needed to do that first. And I already did sweeping like a couple of days ago on filming. So I'm like, no, I can't do that. So like everything has been kept being pushed back because of this. I could just be making excuses. Like I said, no one's watching these, so I could just do whatever I want. I'm just making excuses. But and I'm still going to do them, so it doesn't even matter. why I'm complaining about this. I just have to, figure out a way to adjust. I need to do something with this baby because she dropped a huge branch this morning right in front of me, and I'm really worried something's wrong. Like, what is this? There's like green dust. I've never seen that. Is my phone camera is trying to connect? I don't think I want to use it today because I want to continue working on this piece today. Maybe I should because my desktop camera is not that great quality and it like whitewashes a lot because of all this white wall here and I can't get it to adjust. Ugh. And I probably should clean my hands because she's also really sticky and I heard that it can like cause skin irritation. Not that it ever has. She ever will. I treat my plants like my babies or pets. And I have been a very neglectful mother. So what I did, because I don't know, this is crazy, and I really wished somebody that I don't know knows about plants would tell me what happened. Because like this whole thing fell off, but it looks healthy. It's all alive, is what I can see. So I put her in water to see if maybe I can propagate it and see how it goes, hopefully. But let me go wash my hands real quick. Surprised this thing is still making ice. I thought it would run out of water by now. Let me check on it. Oh, my hands are sticky. Let's put it full. Do I turn it off or does it turn off by? I should turn off by itself. At least that's what I read in the instruction. Oh god, I have two huge bags of trash in my hallway that I need to throw out. One of them is just produce and like organic matter, and the other one is like other trash. And I've been hoarding them in my apartment because I keep thinking, oh, I still have like, oh, I still have a little bit more trash. Let me just like, I need to fill up the whole bag before I can take it down. And now that they're full, I can take them down. But I heard that they truck people like already like came, and I feel bad if I take it down now because then it's just gonna be like stewing in the bins downstairs, and I'm sure it's probably gonna smell. It doesn't smell in here though, or maybe I'm just used to it though. Anyways, I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning or maybe later this afternoon, the evening, if in case I can't make it tomorrow morning for some reason. I don't know. They always they always you know beat me to it. They're not they don't even come well, that's the thing. Sometimes they come really early and sometimes they come really well, not late, but like um in the evenings. Not evenings, afternoon? Hmm. Okay. I do remember on yesterday's live saying that I was going to, yeah, let me switch cameras. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Or let me clean it first before I give you vertigo. Okay, iPhone. Okay, I know I said I was gonna continue painting this, but I didn't even touch it yesterday. I didn't even touch my paintbrushes like I should have. They're still there, poor things. Um, and I started painting on this again for some reason. And went back in and adjusted the locations where things are. It looks kind of weird right now because like there's the white chalk outlines that I was putting so I would know exactly where I want to move things. And I didn't know how to change, like adjust it because this is all acrylic and I'm not used to acrylic paint. So there's still a lot of work to be done with this. And then I'm gonna go back in and paint her red again take off the chalk outline and everything. But I am definitely happy that I went ahead and changed it. I know I said I wasn't going to, that it is what it is, but I I think it looks better dimension wise. Like it just looks more like what's the word? Like balanced? Yeah, because the other one looked, I don't know. Like at certain angles, it just looked like, it was uneven. I don't know how else to explain it. And I don't know, well, I do know why I want to do this one. It's just because it's been bothering me and I don't want to leave it for too long. And then it's going to be the case where like I just never end up touching it again. And then it's going to be, you know, 5 months. I'm gonna have to move out and I can't even sell it or, do anything with it because it's not finished. No one's gonna want to buy it. I'm not gonna want to sell it. Okay, so let's leave you here, I think is good, right? Uh, trying to get just, yeah. Okay. And then hopefully my phone doesn't fall. Okay. So I moved my books over. I'm gonna move this stuff over to these my nice books because I don't want them to get like where I think I won't get them dirty. I don't know everything. I don't trust myself. Okay, so I think I'm just going to get a paper towel. I did clean my brushes when I was working on this because those are easier. They're just comes off easier with acrylic. I think I should probably get a smaller brush too. Because I think I was working only with this one yesterday. I also I had to put like black paint on here that was my kind of erasing. And doing it, I started playing with it over here and I like how it looks kind of like, more flame-like, more texture-wise anyways. Okay, I'm kind of nervous getting that white chalk off just because then I won't know where things are. So I have to be sure when I'm doing it this time. Well, I guess I don't because now I notice that I can easily just go back in and, change it out. Hmm. So what do I want to start with? I think I also want to go in and change because I messed up here, put black here, went outside the outline. So I need to go back and put red. And then, yeah, and then her hand disappeared here very easily with very little black paint. There's a lot to do. And I can't really, there's not like a very like system of like this step first, this step next. It's everything's kind of all over the place. So I'm gonna just take it as as I go. Yeah. Right. Should I film for an hour today? Or can I do less? Not less. Also, because I was doing all of this painting basically at night, because it was around 5 that I started, and then I ended like around 8 when I got crazy sugar cravings. Hmm, so I'm gonna need this black. Should change out the water too. It's all dirty now. Oh no, that's not enough. Okay. And then what else was I gonna get? I think I said a paper towel. Oh my goodness, there's a little spider. A little jumping spider. Hopefully it doesn't freak out, because then I'll freak out. Okay. I still don't know what I'm gonna do. Just go for it. Just go. Okay, well, okay, because the face is bothering me. Maybe we should do that first. But I don't know. That's the part where I'm don't know where to start. I think I'm gonna need black, but I need to use the smaller brush. Yes. Just this eyebrow. And my problem is that it's gonna look crazy at first, and I freak out too soon. So that's something I have to work on because I know it's gonna look different when it dries, but I forget. Or I mean I know, and but I still like I don't trust the process. I'm trying to remind myself though that even if I do mess up, because like I technically already did according to me, I can change it, but I only just now realized that. Because like I said, this whole piece is just a huge experiment. It's the only art piece that I've done this year. I know we're only like 2 months in, but the only one for even before that a long time. Well, okay, this is the only piece so far that I've worked on. Okay, because I've done the other oil paintings. They've both been more, well, they've all both been focused on reference photos that I've found. This is basically something from imagination for the most part. So there's a lot of, what would you call it, leeway, because I'm not sticking to a template or something that it needs to look like. It can be whatever I want it to look like, but I think for me that sometimes prefers, what would you call it, stability? No, structure. I think it's structure that I would prefer to have like some kind of reference. That's why I tried drawing it on digital form, but I couldn't get it the way I wanted to, and I didn't want to spend any more time wasted by, planning. I just wanted to get it done. Wanted to get this done last month, but we're not gonna, we're not gonna, I don't know. I don't know what we're not gonna do. Oh, so something that I did like accidentally when I was first did her like pupils, I was doing it like haphazardly, like or whatever, and they kind of looked like flames. At least I thought they did. So then I tried getting their eyes to look like flames. Now I have to try and because I pretty much erased all of this, have to do it again. some because I did it by accident. I'm kind of nervous on how I'm gonna do that again because I don't know how I did it the first time. This hair, great. I think I do want to kind of round this area out more, but I want to wait and take a picture of this, compare it to my digital outline, like layer them to see if this is okay and I shouldn't touch it because it's really hard to do the horse neck and then do her face. Like I have to do that first and then the face. And if I start doing the face and I don't like the shape, then I have to redo everything again. I have to do the so before I get into that, I just want to make sure that this is what I want. So I think that's gonna be it for now, and then I'll go back over with red when it dries. I guess that's the benefit of this piece. This acrylic, it dries so fast compared to the oil painting, which is taking even longer, but that's because I added really almost a bottle of oil to all the paint I was using. Definitely too much oil, but I just have to find some kind of medium in between because it did, in some instances, help blend colors, but then it could also be too much where you start like blending colors you don't want to blend and then it gets muddy and you run into that problem and you can't move on until you let those colors dry. I am not technically at that problem. I just didn't want to touch her yesterday. I don't know why. I think it's because I was already like really tired and I didn't want to touch the oil painting when I was in that state because she takes a lot out of me. Look, I mean, look at her. Look at how she's staring at me. This is how she's staring at me while I'm working on anything but her with that judgmental look. And I did this to myself, okay? So I really can't complain, but here, so you'll get her point of view from this side now because I don't know. I think you might have just been getting my backside the entire time over there. I gotta take a I gotta take a breath. I feel like I've been holding in my breath. So yeah, yesterday I was pretty worn out just from after like the fridge text visit and having to talk to my landlord about a new fridge and all of that. And I know it's not a lot. Well, most people would not consider that like a lot, like energy wise, but for me it is. I felt like it took off years off my life. And Like I said in the video I posted on my daily vlog, which total accident that I've been doing for these past, I think yesterday was the third day I did. I'm gonna probably stop them for a couple of days just because I feel like, well, those were also really helpful for me to figure out what it is that I was doing all day, because so something I've been talking about for the past few days, that I feel like I don't know where all my time goes. I feel like there's no time to do anything. And I've been trying to keep like, posting and logging what I'm doing in my Google Calendar, but it never really feels like it's enough, or like I'm still not getting like a good idea of what it is that I'm spending all my time on. So I kind of started doing the daily vlogs as an accident. I just wanted to get some like B-roll, content for other videos. And then I started doing them so much and I just got easy, with practice. I mean, they're still kind of annoying to do when you have to like set up your camera in different angles before you basically do anything, move on. So you can paint the picture of, what you're doing. But I started to like them because I started to think about like more creative ways to like set up angles, and it felt more like what is a cinegraphic experience than like um just like a normal video. I don't know what other kind of video to describe it as. They're still definitely not great, but it was good experience, a good practice. It also helped me edit faster and like more loosely. So I think, mm, I don't know about the other days, but yesterday I posted, I filmed about like 20 minutes of, like content or B-roll of my day all throughout yesterday. And then I cut it down to under 3 minutes. And I think I edited it under 2 hours, at least if I've, calculated all my time frames correctly, which is super good. It's a definite improvement from my, I think it was like taking me 5 hours to edit like an under 30-second video. And so as I was saying, it would also help me log everything I was doing throughout the day. Yeah, filming all of my activities takes, a couple of minutes longer. But like I said, once I got used to it, it was much faster. And so I don't think that took up a lot of time. But what I would do, because of such bad memory, I would go back on like my camera roll and see, because it tells you what time you filmed that. So I'm like, okay, so I filmed that at that time, so that okay, so mark that time you started filming, cooking, and then you started filming you painting at that time, so you stopped cooking at that time, start painting at that time, like everything like was documented. So I was able to accurately time everything in my calendar and know exactly how long I'm taking to do everything, and realizing that I am being more productive than I thought I was before. Yeah, some things take longer than I planned, but now I know how long other things take, so just hoping that I can be better at planning them in the future, not overestimating and, marking things down for too little time and then getting disappointed that I didn't finish things on time and I'm not doing anything and I'm not being productive, etc., etc. So yeah, I think even if you don't post any of that, whatever you film, it's definitely a good practice or good experiment to try just for, a few days. if you can or you want to, you don't have to. No one, I don't know why I'm saying this. I'm talking to no one. I'm talking to myself, okay? Let me be. Also, the other benefit I'm seeing from these is I definitely feel like I'm getting more confidence in speaking in general. I don't dread the sound of my voice. I mean, I'm definitely still very antisocial, like I said, and mm, speaking to people takes a lot of energy out of me, but I'm definitely more confident and don't worry about like little things that I may have like messed up saying. And I don't, lay awake at bed at night thinking about how cringe I was because it's like exposure therapy, even though, like I said, no one's watching these yet. Okay, we gotta be positive. Well, actually, I don't know about that because I don't know. I'm starting to think that just the thought of somebody or people watching these is enough motivation to, you know, keep me accountable to be productive and, do things. Nobody actually has to ever see these for me to continue that same feeling or same practice. And I got distracted because I just heard my ice maker shut off, so I want to go see where that's at and if I should go and take off the ice now because like I said, it's not gonna stay frozen in there. Okay. Um, it's also been around 47 minutes that I've been filming, so I can't take you with me in my kitchen because the whatever signal doesn't reach over there for some reason. So I'm gonna log off for today and talk to you tomorrow. Okay? I'm sorry for shaking. I keep doing that. I forget. All right. Love you.